All right, welcome to another Qi Gong video from Active Life Acupuncture and Wellness Center. We have a snowy day here, so let's work on some movements to move our circulation a bit to break up the wintertime stagnation. The cold and the sedentary days we often have can slow us down inside. So let's get things moving a bit, warm us up a little bit. Just follow along. We're going to start by standing in our basic standing posture with feet hip width. Toes pointed forward, knees unlocked, hips sitting down, so tucking the tail just a little bit. We want to first start to smooth the breath out and lengthen the inhale and the exhale to where they're 4 or 5 seconds apiece. We're going to use the arm movement here to help accentuate a long, slow inhale. Floating the arms up, exhaling, dropping the shoulders, chest, and hands down the midline. We'll widen the feet a bit here, about double hip width, and the palms point down, so the heel of the palm and shoulders and elbows sink down. We continue our even inhale, exhale as we start to rock side to side. So shifting the weight onto one leg, imagining that leg filling with the weight of the body and that same side hand filling. So the whole left side of the body feeling heavier and anchored. And then all of that weight drifting over to the opposite side, the right side getting heavier. The focus of this routine will be to move circulation through the tissues without real vigorous effort. Vigorous effort is one way to promote circulation, but it often builds tension. So we're going to try to reduce tension while improving circulation. Still in the wide stance. On our next inhale, we're going to turn the hips, letting the front arm lift up to shoulder height, and then rotate back down. The back arm pulls slightly behind us, as if we're pushing a weight back behind us or closing a door behind us. Inhaling to the side, exhaling back to the middle. Inhaling the opposite side, exhaling back. As a preparatory for other activity, this can be a great way to warm the body up, to keep the joints safe, to make sure the whole body is awake together and we're not stressing out one part of the body. Or we can use this as a standalone way to shake off the cold and the excessive stillness of the winter. Now we settle back into the middle here. Legs are still wider than hip width. Inhaling, the arms lift up, the back reaches high. The shoulders stay relaxed away from the ears. Exhaling back down. So sort of a larger version of our first exercise. Inhaling, the arms up. Exhaling, the arms sink down and we sit our hips a little bit more. Inhaling, filling the top of the chest and lungs. Exhaling, everything settles downward. Continue on in this way, focusing on an even breath in and out. Fingers and hands should be open and relaxed, not tense and rigid, but not curled up. And now as we inhale, we will separate the hands, reaching one hand tall, the other hand low. Exhaling, the hands float towards the midline and pass each other, palms facing each other. Inhaling, the two sides of the back reach in different directions. Exhaling, everything comes back to neutral. So now we're taking the sides of the spine and ribs, and we're pulling them in opposite directions. Loosening all those connections of the ribs at the spine. Stretching the torso and the abdomen a little bit in opposite directions. As we reach the end, pressing up and down, we press into the feet. And we'll step the feet together now. So here we're going to practice pressing into the feet and sending the shoulders down and back to reach the top of the head tall. So this is called Emperor Rises from His Throne. We're imagining we're putting our hands on the arms of a large throne, and we're pressing with our legs and our hands up out of that throne. Now here, there's too much arch in my low back, so when you press through the hands and the feet, sink the tail, tuck the tail more. We don't want as much arch as I have here. Sometimes warming up the low back is a bit helpful before doing some of these exercises. Now it is the season of winter, which does relate to the kidney. So we will do a kidney exercise here. Widen stance again. Inhaling, the ribs turn to one side, the hand scoops through, driving from the low back. So you should try to turn the low back, the second lumbar vertebra, to rotate the torso. Press through the feet to lift the arm up and overhead. Sinking the hips to lower the hand. Try to feel or even imagine at first how this motion, which looks like so much of an arm motion, is tied to the back. You may feel how the back stretches a bit as you do the motion. Inhaling to the top. Exhaling down. When we exhale down, we imagine the hand is heavy, like we're putting a heavy pot lid on top of a pot. And the tail is sinking, everything's anchoring downward here. Feel the breath filling the belly and the back, the whole waistline. We will shake the body a few times. You can pick up the heels or just lower the knees to shake the whole body. Feel the vibration throughout the joints and the muscles. Wait for it to settle and go away before you do the next shake. This is great for the immune system, important during the winter. And now we want to just stand here, back in our basic standing posture, and the right hand goes in front of the heart with the tile palms of the fingers reaching out long, slight curve to the back of the hand. The lower hand is under the navel, palm up. So between the heart and the kidney, we're encouraging the circulation to improve between the heart and the kidney and to strengthen and settle circulation into the kidney area of the body. So the lower belly, the lower back, the hips and pelvis. Focusing on the slow inhale and exhale, filling that same area. So the low back and the navel separate as you inhale and draw together as you exhale. And then we'll inhale the hands up, exhale the hands down to settle on the belly. And thank you for doing our winter warm-up on this snowy day. Check back in for more videos soon.